Welcome back. Our conversation with the candidates now moves to the mayor's race in Gautier.
We talked with incumbent Mayor Casey Vaughn a couple of weeks ago. Now the Republican in the race and former Gautier Mayor Phil Torjusen joins us. Thanks for joining us. And so you were the mayor and were defeated 4 years ago. Why don't you want to come back now and give it another try?
Well, I never really ruled it out that I wouldn't come back in, okay? And I've been keeping up with things all along. Me and my wife have lived in Gautier for over 40 years. We've raised our 4 kids in Gautier. I actually have lived and worked in Gautier for all that time, okay? And so Gautier has got a lot of potential. I really don't think that potential is being met right now. And I'd like to get in there and apply my abilities to get it back on track, in my opinion.
One interesting thing about Gautier, it's kind of reminds me of Long Beach, except in Jackson County, where you've got 3 or 4 stoplights there, but you want people to stay. Now you got the sound amphitheater and you got all kinds of things happening as well. What are some of those things you're seeing, the future vision, if you will, along that area? There's a lot of stuff there, but there probably could be a lot more. And the thing is, hey, you don't want people just going from one part of the coast to the other. You want them stopping, staying there, that type of thing.
Right. Our neighboring cities, Ocean Springs and Pascagoula, they've been enjoying a lot of that economic development, and I intend to take that mall property with our public-private partnership agreements we have and apply that same economic development type of thing at that property, and also up and down Highway 90 corridor. We got a lot of empty retail buildings right now.
Yeah, what are some of your ideas there at the mall property to expand out and bring more businesses or developments right there to that area?
Well, what I want to do is that's going to be a mixed use of something. We definitely need retail. We definitely need restaurants. People are starving for more restaurants. We just need a group of people. I want somebody to come in there and take a bigger piece of it for themselves, to have a little bit of all that. Then others will start growing around it real quickly, I believe.
So a big development come in and bring off some others off of it.
Yeah, if they do. If not, now we're going to listen to what comes to the table. But we're going to go out and seek a lot of things. We need a grocery store. We need another one of those. We need some quality restaurants. We need some quality retail on that thing. And also some medical stuff may be good right there. Primary care, something like that. We don't have a primary care really. We got urgent cares.
Yeah, that's true in that area. You're right about that. Now, Martin Bluff Road has been something that's been going on forever and ever and ever. And there's, there's work being done, but it seems like it's always at a snail's pace. Is that something you'd like to see kind of get kick-started there to get that project? Because there's a lot of people that live out there, and that's a huge corridor into Gautier Van Cleve Road there. So is that something you'd like to see really get going?
Now let's just leave it like it is and let everybody be unhappy.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
No, nobody wants that.
Yeah.
Yes, that absolutely is. I'll say fairly to everybody that's been involved in that, this is really not a city project, but about at least 4 or 5 administrations have been involved in this. Okay, it's a state project. I think right now we're making headway. We do have some asphalting going on. There's drainage issues still a little bit. That project to me is still going to take a little while. It's not going to be up and going in 6 months, I do not believe. It's going to go on. I think it'll end up being in completion in the next administration, though, is what I think. Everybody wants that thing done.
Yeah. Well, even though it is a state project, they probably come to you when you were mayor and the current mayor and like you said, everybody in between, hey, is this thing ever going to get done?
Right, and we need somebody that's going to be accountable to our administration, that on our team with Gautier, working with somebody with the state, MDOT, and say, okay, this is what it is, or the contractor, whoever they got it with. We want updates regularly. We want, because we're looking at it. We want it done.
Yeah, you've been involved with realty for much of your life. That is your occupation. So what's the real estate market right now in Gautier, and is it in a position to grow?
Yeah, it is in a position to grow. A lot of good things are happening at Ingalls. We got new contracts. There is economic development going on there in industry. I recently, as a realtor, I just sold 115 acres to Elliott Homes. Well, they build homes, So in Gautier, where it is. So I don't know what their plans, their timing of doing that is, but they do have the land now. And there is other. We've sold some bigger, large deals here in Gautier recently. Some of the larger homes that are changing over because families that have been good homes, large families, they're there. We've had a lot of people from California and other places come here. It's a second home in some cases. But other people, instead of doing the Airbnb, they bought places and they come here to fish. I mean, we got a lot of people that live up in the Laurel area right there. And there's one section of town, just about everybody there owns a house in Laurel.
Okay.
So it's, and I've sold a bunch of them off and on.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So, I don't do that as a mayor, so to speak, to take advantage of that. There's guidelines I have to operate in on that, but it's razor thin guidelines.
The balance there with Gautier, it's nature's playground. That's the slogan. But you've got the wetlands all around and the river and fishing and those kind of things. So you got to do the balance there between expansion, but also keeping the environmental stuff in check, I guess, right? Is that something, hey, these are some areas where we can get that balance, that type of thing?
Yes, it is. We want to do quality economic development. When I say quality, I'm really referring to more of the, the recreational areas and stuff like that. The things that everybody would like. We don't want to disturb any of our nature's playground, so to speak, on that. And also when you talk about the wetlands, there was a Supreme Court ruling recently that reduced the amount of land that is jurisdictional under wetlands because it's not really bordering a channel. So a lot of that's opened up a lot of land for development.
Right, and we just have a little bit of time left, but I want to get your take on Legacy Park, where that development is right now and where you see it going.
Well, they're out there building right now. It's going on right now. I think if I would have been mayor, I wasn't involved in any of the negotiations. I would clearly have tried to negotiate it a little bit different. And what I mean by that is I would have tried to, get them to come to save them a purchase price on what they paid on their land, close to $2 million, and come to the mall property, use the public-private partnership. We could have given them 20 acres there, plus it's got infrastructure. Obviously, we'd have to modify it. But anyway, that's where it is right now. That's where it's going. I'm not going to not support it.
Okay. And that is the last word for
right.
Mayor
No,
Phil Torjusen. Thanks for joining us.